Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the Can't Stop Talking podcast. Today, I have tanner lathered all over my body. It is St. Patrick's Day. I cannot wait to go out with my friends tonight, especially after my amazing spiritual retreat last week. I really got that detox, and then you guys know me. I love going out. So, after a weekend of not drinking, which was very needed, I'm really excited to get my partying on. So I'm sitting here with my iced coffee. It is 11 a.m. I've been trying to do what the Huberman podcast says to do, and that is drink your coffee at least an hour and a half after you wake up, and it stops you from the mid-afternoon slump. It really works for me, which I just want to share that with you guys. So if that's something you want to add to your routine, wait to have your coffee till an hour and a half after you wake up. I would highly recommend. So yeah, I am so excited. I'm just feeling really grounded, really grateful, really excited about life. I did my How to Manifest Money in Your Business masterclass in my Take Action membership this week, and people were just loving it. And I'm just feeling really in tuned with my spiritual side right now. So I'm really excited to bring you this podcast. And I just want to say, let's all take a second while you're listening to this and just feel into the feelings of gratitude. Just in your head, list something that you are feeling ultra grateful for. I know I am super grateful for this community, for the people who listen to this podcast, for this platform, for this business. And so I've just been feeling those vibes. After this podcast, I'm going to go lay out in my backyard. It is sunny 62. I'm going to tan and I'm going to journal and really manifest and get in the vibes of what I'm calling in. And this month, I'm calling in 5 new women to go through my mastermind. And I'm just so excited to see who the universe brings because I'm so ready to help people in this capacity. My last mastermind that's still running is just everything I've ever wanted and more. The girls in it are unbelievable, the results they're getting, and the love that I have for this mastermind. I can't wait to do another container just like this. So let's get into this episode. This is going to be how Sedona changed the way I look at business. So if you guys don't already know, I went to Sedona last week, and it was actually with a mastermind that I am a client of. And so I joined this mastermind 6 months, and I had no idea that joining this mastermind, I was actually going on a retreat because of it. And this is my first retreat ever in business, which is just so wild because I've been in business for a little over 2 years. And I've always heard of people going on retreats, but I never had a real interest. So it's kind of cool that the universe just like plopped this retreat on my lap, truly. And I was really excited. But I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was also really nervous and very judgmental, honestly. I'm going to be so honest. I went into it very judgmental. So on last Thursday, I drove up to Sedona. I have never been. And driving into Sedona is just like you get smacked with the vortex, like smacked with the feelings of like, this place is different. The energy here is different. Everything feels possible here. So I get I get out of the car and I'm literally walking up and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like, I'm walking into a house with 11 other girls that I do not know who are from the internet. And I was like, they could be, all honestly here, I was like, they could be weirdos from the internet. Like, I have no idea. Totally judgmental. I told you guys. I was going in it and I was like, what am I actually doing? And it's so funny to see how throughout the weekend, everything I thought completely changed. So I walked into the house and immediately I just felt seen. I just felt like, okay, this is going to be fun. Okay, this is okay. Okay, these people like get me. And I walked in, and one of the first things that happened to me were people like, wait, you are real. You're not actually just this online person. And they were like, you are exactly like you are online as you are in person. That compliment to me, you guys, is huge because I always want to show up in my authentic self. I want to tell you guys about how I'm excited to drink, how I'm hungover, how I'm lazy, how I'm not good at spelling, right? How all closing the veil. I want them to see the real me online so that none of you would ever meet me in person and be like, this isn't who I want. Like, this isn't who I'm getting. Or, for example, you join my membership or you join my one on one coaching or my mastermind, and you're like, wait, this isn't the coach that I thought she was. So I always, always want to show up as my authentic self. So that was the best compliment walking in. So we walk in, and immediately we sit there and we go over our intentions for the week. And I went in really like, I want to get the freaking strategy. I was like, I want to get the strategy and I want to leave. I want to learn how to make more money in my business, and then I'm good. And hopefully Sunday will come soon enough. That was my thought process. And what actually happened is so much more. So we sat down and we set our intentions, and I just felt like everyone was so authentic in themselves because they're all from online, right? And they all had this bravery and this mission, and they did something that was outside the norm, and they really like went for their passions. And so they could see me in my fullest, and the confidence and just the way that these people strive to be better every day is something that is so special. And so to be around people like that in person, especially, was something else. And this is the reason that I love masterminds, because you get to be in a room with all these other women who are going after the same goals as you. They understand your struggles. They understand what you're going through. They get the way that you talk. Like, I stayed up the first night talking to this other business coach about memberships and where we see our business growing, and, you know, what we like to do in our business and what we don't, for an hour. And it was just so cool, just nerding out on this stuff that I love every single day. I show up day in, day out. I love my business. I'm obsessed. And it's cool talking to someone else who shares the same passions as you. So the first night, sit down, we had a lovely vegan chef who served us amazing meals. Oh my God, her desserts were just to die for. And the first night, it was already really well, but it's funny to think that in hindsight, it was kind of awkward. So the first night I shared a room with four girls, and there was two beds, and the beds were like full beds. And I shared a room with this other girl, and I had this thought of, I'm going to sleep on the couch the first night, right? I want to get a good night's sleep. I'm just going to sleep on the couch. She actually ended up going and sleeping on the couch. And what happened is I got a horrible night's sleep. Horrible. And then the second night, she slept in the bed with me. I got an amazing night's sleep. The third night, we were best friends. I love this girl so much to death. And I can't imagine sleeping without her now. Like, this is the power of living with people for 3 days and being in that room, every conversation. The second day, we went on a hike to this birthing cave in Sedona, and we were able to do a breathing technique, and no one showed up, and it was just magical. We did a silent hike and really got to like conserve our energy and just feel the vibes of Sedona. That same day we did photo shoots, and I just felt so authentic and embodied and like my true self. And then the vegan chef came back, and that night we sat at the kitchen table from 6:30 to 9:30. Not talking about business, we talked about life. We talked about boys, we talked about funny stories, we talked about who we were as people, and I felt like I had known these women for my whole life. And that's what happens when you're around women who are also authentic, who also broke down their walls, who also got over their fear of being seen and showed up to do their purpose. It's just like so freaking magical. And the next day, we had a yoga teacher come, and the yoga teacher had us do this eye gazing technique where you turn to a partner and you gaze at their eyes. And so my partner was someone who I hadn't gotten to talk to the whole trip yet. And she was actually from France. And um, we had, she could speak English, but obviously, you know, thick accent. We had a little bit of a language barrier. And we sat there and we stared at each other's eyes without talking for 5 minutes. At first, obviously, you guys know I was like, this is so awkward. I can't believe we're doing this. And then the more it goes on, you let those little ego thoughts leave your body. And the more it went on, I was just like, this is another human, a beautiful human who I'm getting to sit here with and stare into her soul and feel the energy of love. And by the end of the 5 minutes, I felt the vibration of just love, truly love. And she looked at me and she said, Sam, you just cracked my heart wide open. I didn't have to speak. I didn't say any words. I just let us be comfortable staring into each other's eyes with this complete stranger. And in that moment, I was like, we're all connected. We are all connected. You don't have to say a word. Energy is real. Feelings are real. Like this technique could save the whole world. And it was just so beautiful to witness. And while I was in that yoga, um, like session and meditating, she was like, just talk to the universe. And so I asked the universe to send me a ladybug. And I won't tell you guys why, but I asked them to send me a ladybug. That'll be for a future podcast. And that night, we go to the hot tub, and then in my room, we're watching Florida Bama Shore, one of my favorite reality TV shows. You guys know I love reality TV shows. And we're watching Florida Bama Shore, and I look up the girl on the episode, and I go to her Instagram story, and I'm like, oh, this looks like kind of boring. And then it zooms in, and it's a ladybug on a shower curtain, a real ladybug, and the caption is 11/11. And it just showed me how these past months I've been asking for the strategy, the strategy, the strategy, the strategy. And I haven't been embodying the manifestation. I haven't been surrendering. I haven't been allowing the universe to guide me. And that's the most beautiful way to build a business. So at the end of this retreat, I felt more myself, more in love with myself, more in love with humans, more in love with this world, more in love with this business. I could really see my purpose and my future. And the reason that I'm doing this, because the reason I'm doing this is not for the money. That's the most amazing byproduct. But the reason I'm doing this is so that someone else who is just like me, who is at their 9 to 5, wanting to help people, wanting to get out of their 9 to 5, wanting to live an extraordinary life, wanting to do something that would change not only their lives, but the lives of other people, she would know that it was possible. I made a promise to myself at my 9 to 5 that once I was able to build this business, because I knew I could do it, I knew that one day I would do it, that I would teach everyone else how to do the same. And it just showed me everything I'm doing is way bigger than me. My purpose is way bigger than me. I want this to be a worldwide national thing that I am helping people all over the world. I want people to look at me daily and say, Sam, you've changed my life. And it was so beautiful to watch on the retreat, people in person saying to my mentor, you changed my life. Because I know if I put my clients in a room, they would say the same. But when it's over a screen, it's different, right? When it's in person, you really feel the freaking love. You really feel that way. And so it really showed me, like, above all, my purpose is to change people's lives, just like yours, right? Just like yours. And so this retreat changed me in more ways than one. But one of the biggest things that I saw is connection. I've been seeing this for a while. The universe has been telling me for a while to really give into connection, right? Building connection with your community, building connection with life. And so one of the things that I had thought of, one of the things that I have been really ruminating on and trying to make better in my business is like, how can I build this connection with my community? Because connection is the point of living. It's a point of existence. And connection is also the way to build your business, right? Creating so that if you guys are hearing this podcast and you want to message me. I want to talk to you. I want to build a relationship. I just love humans. Like, all my friends know I could have a million friends. Like, I do have a million friends, but I just want more. I just love humans. If I can meet every human on this earth, I would. But the whole point of your business is connection. So where are you hiding behind the screen? Where are you not talking to your audience, right? I made my Take Action membership so I can actually build deeper connections with my audience. I could watch them win. It wasn't just a one-off masterclass, right? It was, I get to see them day in, day out, telling me, I tried this technique, I'm doing this, I'm getting these clients. And so where can you create this, communication? It could be as simple as messaging someone saying, hey, I see you liking all my posts and thank you so much. but that goes such a long way. I had a mastermind client who she had put up a story. And this is so special because it was at a time where, in your business, it happens all the time, and you're like, is anyone even listening to anything I'm doing? And this client in December, she put up, like, these are my favorite coaches. And I had never seen this client before. And I was so appreciative and so grateful that she, you know, put that put me on her story, that I messaged her and I was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much. I voice noted her and I was like, that meant the world to me. And she told me that voice note meant the world to her because none of the other coaches who she had, tagged in her story had, some of them didn't even DM her, right? Let alone send a voice note. And so that voice note really made her feel connected to me and made her see that I really care. And so she then joined a sprint day. And then after the Voxer sprint day, she messaged me and I was like, I think you'd be a good fit for the mastermind. And now she's in my mastermind. And she's just like, my whole life changed from joining this mastermind. And it all started from connection. It all started from going above and beyond and taking that voice note. But that voice note came from the bottom of my freaking heart. So I just realized from that trip, I gained 11 new best friends. I'm obsessed with these girls. I'm so proud of them. I'm obsessed with this online space. And I came in judgmental and I left feeling like one. I left feeling, and I never thought I would be that girl who's like, I went to a treat and now I feel like magical and rainbows. But it's true. It's not just cliche. Usually, if you hear something over and over again, I've actually learned that it's not cliche, it's real. And so, two things. I'm looking at my notebook. If you hear me, you hear the pages going. But someone said something. There were two quotes that people said that really stuck with me from their tree. So the first one is, someone came in and said she really wanted to work on, and I love this phrase, her packaging. Like, she wanted to work on her human when she came in. And she left and she said, there is nothing to work on. There is only something to accept. And I just thought that was so beautiful. And the next one is, perfection doesn't exist. So why try to achieve it? So I just want you to know you are doing amazing. You are worthy as you are right now. You are worthy of the clients. You are worthy of the love. You are worthy of the sales. You are worthy of the income. You are worthy of the impact and the freedom and to travel and to live your life to the fullest. Nothing more needs to happen for you to get there. You don't need more strategy. You don't. You just need to connect more. Connect more with your audience, connect more with the universe, connect more with yourself. And that's where everything really comes from. So I just want to close this out with, the retreat was absolutely amazing. Sedona was everything and more. And if you want to put on a retreat, one thing that I thought was really cool that I want to share with you guys is, I like to sign up for things that I want to put on one day. So for example, I joined a mastermind before I put on my first mastermind so I can know how to run it. I joined a membership before I put on my Take Action membership so I knew how to run it. I now went to this retreat and know exactly how to run it. And what happens is, when you're in these containers, they look so hard before you get in them to run these things. And then when you get in them, you see how simple and easy it was. And so I just want to let you know how cool it was, because it was like, all my coach had to do was, she bought the house, right? We all booked our own travel. I just drove. That was on you. And then she got a vegan chef, which was unbelievable, and a yoga instructor. And that was it, right? It gets to be simple. It gets to be easy. Your dreams are actually so much easier in reach than you ever thought. So if you've ever wanted to put on a retreat, like, I promise you, it's super, super simple and not overwhelming. And that's anything in your business, in your life. So I love you so much. I'm so excited now to go out and tan outside and then go out with my friends for St. Patty's Day, feeling this gratitude. I'm just going to journal outside and really feel the feelings of love and happiness and wealth and abundance and gratitude. And so if you want to watch the masterclass on how to manifest money in your business, someone literally messaged me and she was like, I feel bad that was only $20. Join my Take Action membership. That masterclass will be available till the end of the month. And then if you're like, I'm ready to be in your world. I'm ready for you to be my coach, Sam. I want this. I want to work with you. I'm ready to change my life. Then I'm doing early bird for my Play Bigger Mastermind. It will be 4 months of close proximity to me, changing your life, changing your business, creating reoccurring income, creating raving clients, creating a strong product suite that allows you to travel and have that freedom and get PayPal notifications while I'm getting my nails done on a Tuesday at 12 p.m. So I love you so much. If you're ready for either of those containers, just message me on Instagram or in the show notes. I left the Take Action membership link, and that has a sales page. So I love you so much. I hope you have the best St. Patty's Day. And that is all. And if you love this podcast, I would really appreciate it if you liked and reviewed it so that other people could hear it too. Mwah.